Have you ever witnessed someone step back from a connection precisely when it becomes most meaningful? When a woman suddenly pulls away right as things feel good, the immediate assumption is loss of interest. But this interpretation misses something profound about human nature and emotional vulnerability. In many cases, the opposite is true. The moment emotions become real, fear often replaces comfort. What appears as avoidance may actually be the strongest sign of emotional attachment. If you've experienced confusion over mixed signals, hot and cold behavior, or sudden distance that defies logic, understanding this pattern will transform your perspective entirely. Stay until the end, because the final insight reveals why pulling back can mean she feels too much, not too little. When a woman develops genuine feelings, her emotional world undergoes a fundamental shift. Attraction isn't merely desire or enjoyment. It's vulnerability. It brings risk, uncertainty, and the possibility of emotional loss. For those who value emotional control and stability, falling for someone feels like standing at the edge of something powerful and uncontrollable. That's when fear enters, not to eliminate the feeling, but to contain it. Most men interpret distance as rejection, but emotionally, fear-driven distance behaves completely differently from genuine disinterest. Disinterest is cold and consistent. It doesn't waver or create confusion. Fear, however, is inconsistent, conflicted, and emotionally charged. A woman who is scared of falling doesn't disappear. She hesitates. She pulls back just enough to protect herself, but not enough to let go. This hesitation is one of the clearest emotional signals that exists, yet it's profoundly misunderstood. One of the most revealing signs is intense connection followed by sudden withdrawal. She opens up emotionally. She shares personal stories and meaningful thoughts. She laughs more freely. Then, without warning, she becomes quieter or more distant. This isn't manipulation. It's internal conflict. Emotional closeness activates attachment, and attachment triggers fear of loss. Pulling away becomes her method of calming emotional intensity and regaining balance. Here's what most people miss. The deeper the emotional connection feels to her, the more likely she is to step back. Not because she desires distance, but because she feels herself losing control. For someone who values emotional stability, losing control feels dangerous, even when the connection feels good. Another sign is heightened awareness of your behavior. When a woman is emotionally attached, your actions suddenly matter more than you realize. Your tone, response time, and energy are closely monitored. She may overthink small changes or ask indirect questions to gauge where she stands. This heightened sensitivity isn't insecurity. It's emotional investment forming faster than she expected, sometimes faster than she's ready for. You may also notice emotional openness followed by shutdown. She shares vulnerabilities, fears, or past wounds, then later acts guarded or distant. Emotional exposure creates closeness, but it also creates fear. After opening up, she may retreat to reestablish emotional safety. In psychology, vulnerability often triggers withdrawal when feelings become intense and unmanageable. Another strong indicator is avoidance mixed with attachment. She doesn't cut communication completely. She still checks in, responds, or stays connected in small ways. But she avoids situations that could deepen the bond, longer conversations, emotional discussions, or private moments. This isn't lack of interest. It's fear of emotional escalation and what that escalation might demand of her. If she truly didn't care, she wouldn't struggle. Emotional struggle is evidence of emotional attachment. Indifference doesn't create confusion. It creates distance without emotion. Jealousy is another revealing sign. She may not express it directly, but her energy shifts when other women are involved. She becomes quieter, colder, or suddenly more attentive. Jealousy exposes emotional investment, and emotional investment creates fear when feelings weren't planned or expected. You might also see self-sabotaging thoughts or behaviors. She questions timing. She focuses on reasons it won't work. She creates emotional distance right when things feel close. When a woman is scared of falling, her mind looks for exit routes. Not because she wants to leave, but because she's afraid of staying and getting hurt. Another sign is withdrawal after moments of closeness. After deep conversations, shared laughter, or meaningful time together, she becomes distant. These moments trigger attachment, and attachment triggers fear. Distance becomes her way of slowing the emotional pace and protecting her heart. Here's the key difference most people never learn. Avoidance pushes you away completely. Fear keeps you close, but guarded. One ends the connection, the other struggles with it. A woman who is scared of falling for you isn't emotionally unavailable. She's emotionally overwhelmed. Her distance isn't disinterest, it's protection. And the stronger her feelings, the stronger that protection becomes. In the end, the question isn't whether she feels something. The question is whether she feels safe enough to stop protecting herself. Emotional safety, consistency, and patience matter more than pressure or pursuit. When fear fades, clarity appears naturally and without force. If this brings you clarity instead of confusion, share it with someone who needs to understand attraction at a deeper level. More insights on psychology and relationships are coming.